KFNQ Seattle and 96.5 FM KJAQ HD3 Seattle. You're listening to Seattle's Progressive Talk, AM 1090.
In just a moment, we'll turn back the clock to the golden age of radio for a special holiday broadcast live from Town Hall as the Seattle Radio Theater Group performs the original 1945 script of I'll Be Seeing You, gathered together with family and friends for this special old-time radio theater production, complete with live music and sound effects. Thank you for joining us, and we wish you and yours the very happiest of holidays. From Seattle's Progressive Talk, AM 1090.
Seattle Radio Theater, Town Hall, and AM 1090 present Hollywood. Seattle Radio Theater brings you Pat Cashman and Tracy Conway and I'll Be Seeing You. And greetings from Town Hall, Seattle, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your announcer, Mr. Maynard. May I add our heartiest wishes for a very Merry Christmas. You know, it's a privilege for me, for all of us, to share the enjoyment of the peacetime Christmas with you. Traditionally, Christmas brings people closer together, and that's what happens in our play tonight. The poignant story of two people who find themselves very much in love, but whose Yuletide happiness is shadowed by a strange threat. It's David O. Selznick's screen hit, I'll Be Seeing You, starring Pat Cashman and Tracy Conway. And in true holiday spirit, one of our listeners in the East has just written me of a Christmas relief bundle that she and a group of women sent to friends and relatives in Norway. Now, knowing that the country hadn't received a scrap of wool in 5 years, they collected all of the woolen garments they could find. They had sweaters, caps, gloves, socks, dresses. Then she adds in the letter to me, we knew we must send Lux Flakes to care for them. And so those cheerful little blue and white packages of Lux Flakes became an important part of our Christmas bundle. So to the writer of the letter, Mrs. Sorensen, a big thanks. I'm sure she and her friends will have the lasting thanks of Christmas-cheered Norwegians. And now here is the first act of I'll Be Seeing You, starring Pat Cashman as Zachary Morgan and Tracy Conway as Mary Marshall. On the 21st of December, just 1 year ago, in 1944, a girl left the warden's office of a state prison for women. She walked across a wide courtyard to a massive iron gate.
What's your number?
40721. Oh, here's my pass.
Okay. Mary Marshall?
Yes.
All right. Wait a minute.
Yes.
Shelby? Northgate. 40721 with a pass.
Check. Can let her out.
Okay, thanks. You're free as a bird, girlie. How long?
Till the 1st.
Okay, remember that. Till January 1st. And don't cross the state line.
I'll remember.
And don't forget, we'll be holding that nice little room for you.
And on that same morning, in a different section of the city.
Well, I can't tell you how glad I am to see that you're getting out of the hospital, Sergeant.
Thank you, Doctor. I wish I had a little more of your confidence.
Well, you're not entirely well, no, but the only thing that seems to be holding you back is yourself.
I'll do my best. What if I should get one of those spells while I'm away?
Well, it's possible that you will. If I were you, I'd just call a doctor and then get in touch with one of us or any Army hospital. Just avoid excitement. Don't tire yourself.
Yes, sir.
Now remember, Zach, you're a normal human being. You've been sick, and now you're getting well. Now, let's see. Your leave is going to be over when?
New Year's Day.
New Year's Day. Well, just have a good time, Zach. Good luck. I'm very proud of you.
Thanks, Doctor. Quite an adventure getting out in the world again, but I'll be fine. I'm sure I'll be fine.
And that's how, an hour later, a girl named Mary Marshall and a soldier named Zachary Morgan looked at each other from opposite sides of a westbound train.
Oh, excuse me, you dropped something.
What?
You dropped your magazine right there.
Oh, thank you.
Are you going home on a furlough, Sergeant?
I'm on a furlough. They gave me a furlough. You?
I'm taking a vacation. A Christmas vacation.
Oh. Well, what sort of work do you do?
Well, I travel. I'm a traveling saleswoman. Sales lady.
Well, I haven't heard any jokes about traveling sales ladies before. So I guess there aren't any. You know, I would have guessed that you were a secretary or a model or maybe a school teacher.
Well, I was once a secretary, and I wanted to be a model. So that would have been pretty good guessing.
Going to Los Angeles?
Oh, no. I get off quite soon at Pine Hill.
Oh, that's home?
No, I'm just visiting my aunt and uncle.
That's funny. I'm going to Pine Hill, too. My sister lives in Pine Hill.
Oh, well, I'll bet she'll be crazy to see you.
Yeah, I hope so. Maybe we'll run into each other.
Yes.
Say, would you like a cup of coffee or something, a sandwich?
Well, Yes, I would.
Good. I think there's a club car or something down this way.
Great.
Oh, sorry. My fault. I'm pretty clumsy. I keep bumping into people all the time.
No problem. That's okay.
Taxi, lady? Taxi?
Oh, yes, please. Well, goodbye, Sergeant.
Goodbye. Wait. If anybody tried to phone you, how could they get you?
Well, my uncle is in the book. Henry Marshall.
Henry Marshall.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, okay. What's your name?
Oh, Mary Marshall.
Mary Marshall. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Oh, if somebody calls and they say it's Zachary Morgan, that's me. That's me.
Well, I'm glad to know you.
Have a good vacation.
I will, and you too.
All right. Mister?
Oh, yes.
You happen to know of any hotels around here?
There's just one, Sergeant, but it's filled up.
Oh. Is there a YMCA?
Why, yes. You see that church steeple over there? Well, that's Center Street. You just turn to the left and you'll run right into it.
Thank you.
Not at all.
Thanks a lot.
You're in luck, Sergeant. Just this one room left.
Now, this'll do fine. I'll take it.
Staying here for long, are you?
A week or so. I'm, not really sure. About the rent.
Oh, no hurry, boy. Just stop at the desk sometime. And if there's anything you want, you just holler.
Thank you, I will. Okay, don't get worried, Zach. Don't get worried. You got a problem, sure, but it's simple. You'd hang up your coat, unpack your bag, put everything neatly away without dropping everything and anything and bumping into the furniture and all the rest. You think you can do that? Well, let's try. That bandaged wound is all healed, but the wound is in your mind. The wound in your mind is, well, that's going to take a little longer, isn't it? Don't get too tired. Don't give in. Then you won't get in your... those things that wind up with a shot in the arm. Or an ice pack or that little room. What's the matter, Zach? Forgot where you were for a moment? Don't worry. You'll get well. You'll get well. You will get well.
Oh, just let me get a look at you, Mary. No, you haven't changed at all, my word, not
Oh, thank you. Aunt Sarah, oh, it's so good to be here.
Oh, we're so glad to have you.
Oh,
Barbara, Mary's here. And now you can share Barbara's room, dear.
oh, no, I don't want to disturb anybody.
Oh, nonsense. Now, here, give me your coat. Barbara's 17.
17?
Oh. But she's pretty spoiled, though. I think an older girl would be a very good thing for her right now. There's a million things to talk about. But first, do you want to wash off?
Oh, that sounds nice.
Hi, Mary.
Oh, Barbara. Oh, Aunt Sarah, she's a beauty.
Welcome home.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, now take Mary up to your room, dear.
Oh, if you're busy, Barbara, I can...
follow me, lady, to my boudoir.
Your boudoir?
Some boudoir. Practically no bigger than a cell. Barbara. Oh, I'm sorry, Mary.
Oh, now look. We all know I have been in prison and that I'm going back to prison. So it just isn't right for anybody to try and cover it up.
Oh, you're a wonderful girl, Mary. Now run on up, dear, and take that bag, Barbara. Well, here we are, Mary. Oh, the comforts of home.
Oh, it is nice, Barbara.
Oh, we have our own bathroom, see?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Mary, I was just thinking that, that's an awfully nice suit you have on.
Well, thank you. You were thinking something else, too, weren't you?
Well, I was. I just, but I never knew they gave vacations to people.
Well, I didn't know about it either.
Oh.
You know what, Barbara? Until the warden told me.
Mm-hmm.
In certain states, they give special furloughs to people for good behavior.
Oh, I think it's wonderful they have that confidence in you.
Yes, I think so, too. Well, I'm going to wash up.
There are 2 towel racks, Mary. Yours is the one on the left.
Well, thank you.
And the soap?
Yes, I see there are 2 bars in here.
Yes, I thought you might like a new cake. It's right there, Mary.
Yes, I heard you. I'm not using your soap.
Well, I'm going to run downstairs.
Thank you, Barbara. All right, first I want to hear about Uncle Henry.
Oh,
how is he?
He is fine, dear, except he works too hard, that darn drugstore of his.
Oh, I've been so anxious to see him, Aunt Sarah, and you.
Oh, that's so sweet of you, dear. But I guess you'd be happy to see, anybody. Has it been bad, Mary?
Oh, I've survived. It's just this feeling I get about coming out into the world again.
Now, you listen to me. You did something, and you're paying your debt to society. Most people would be willing to let it go at that.
I know, but I just don't seem to belong. I feel like I don't fit in, and the dreams that I had for the future, those are just impossible.
Well, most dreams are, dear.
Well, I'm not talking about palaces and rainbows. I'm talking about a home like this, with a kitchen and a stove and an icebox and a husband, maybe a child.
Yes, well, I have all that, but I used to dream about palaces and rainbows.
But you're happy.
Well, of course, because I didn't hold out for too much. I accepted second best. And you have to get used to accepting what you think is second best, and then you find out that it's first best after all. Oh, Barbara! I'll get it.
Well, I don't see how that could ever work for me. Well, I have time to think about it. Lots of time.
Telephone. I'm coming, dear. It's for Mary.
For me?
Well, it's this way, dear, in the hall.
Oh.
It's a man, Mary. He sounds super. Come along with me, Barbara. We'll set the table.
Hello? Oh, yes, Zach. Of course I meant it. Oh, well, what about your sister? Oh, that's too bad. Well, I'd love to, Zach, but, wait a minute. Aunt Sarah.
Yes, dear.
It's the soldier that I met on the train.
Oh?
He came to visit his sister, but he's just found out that she's away, and he wants me to go to dinner.
Well, why not ask him here for dinner?
Oh, may I, Aunt Sarah?
Of course. Tell him to come right over.
Hello, Zach. You ought to come here for dinner. Oh, we want to. 617 Elm Street. That's right. Goodbye.
Is he good looking, Mary?
Oh, I don't know.
Didn't you notice? Now that's enough, Barbara. Just set the table.
Wow, a soldier for dinner. Dad, can I come in?
Come in.
Mother says for you to hurry. Mary's soldier will be here any minute.
Oh, that's fine. Tell Mother I'll be right down.
Dad?
What?
Well, you know, you never told me anything about Mary. Why was she sent to prison?
You can find that out some other time, when you're older.
Gee, that's what Mother says. But I still don't see why I shouldn't know.
Now, Mary made a little mistake, and that's all there is to it. Don't bother me now.
Oh, but they don't send you to prison for just doing nothing. I mean, what do I say if he asks me about her?
Just tell him that Mary's your cousin, and from that point on, they can mind their own business. Seems to me that your business might be helping your mother.
Oh, Dad.
Barbara, doorbell.
I'll get it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought this was the Marshall home.
It is.
Is Miss Marshall here?
I'm Miss Marshall.
Yeah, I mean Mary Marshall.
Oh, well, she's in the other room.
Barbara, will you stop teasing this young man? I'm Mary's aunt, and you're Zach?
Yes?
Well, please come in. This is Barbara, my foolish daughter. Hi.
Oh, hello, Zach.
Hello, Mary.
Well, I see that you found it all right.
Mm-hmm.
Mary, now take Zach into the living room, make him comfortable. Henry?
I'll be right down.
Come along, Barbara.
Oh, Mother.
This is swell, Mary. I haven't seen a real home. I've been in one like this in almost as long as I can remember.
Oh, it's too bad about you missing your sister.
Oh, yeah. Mary, I'm in this house under false pretenses. I really don't even have a sister. I just made it all add up.
You made it up?
Yes. When you said you were getting off the train at Pine Hill, I just, had to make some sort of excuse so I could get off, too.
Oh.
Well, good evening.
Oh, Uncle Henry, this is Sergeant Morgan, my Uncle Henry.
Happy to have you here, Sergeant.
How do you do? Thank you.
Very happy. Make yourself at home. How about a little drink? I have some bourbon.
Thank you. I'm not drinking just now.
Well, I'll let you in on a little secret. Neither am I.
Yes, sir.
Funny thing, people that have it don't want it. People that can't get it, well, you ought to see the act they put on at my drugstore just to get that stuff.
Yes, sir.
Dinner's ready. Come and get it.
Oh, I'm so glad that you were able to come.
Oh, now, Mary, you sit over here, and Zach right down there. Okay,
Thank you.
That's great.
Oh, the table looks beautiful.
And Dad, no, I think you're supposed to be over there.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'll say...
Sorry.
No, it's okay. Just
I think I'll say a little blessing. We thank you, God, for our daily bread. We do our best to deserve it. Please look after all our dear ones, all the boys who are far from home, and all who are in the hospital. Amen.
Amen.
You're not used to saying grace, are you, Zach?
Well, in the Army, I guess you don't have time, but you said it as if you meant it, sir.
I do, Sergeant.
Makes me want to say that. Well, I'm grateful, too, for being here, for everything.
Oh, thank you, Zach.
Hey, you must be quite a soldier.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
I'll let the man eat his soup.
Well, but look, the Good Conduct Medal, 2 campaigns in the South Pacific, and the Purple Heart.
Now, for goodness sake, where'd you learn all that?
Well, a girl gets to know medals like she knows Boogie Woogie. But the Purple Heart, why, that means you were wounded. Oh, come on, Zach. Tell us how you got to be a hero.
Barbara. And after dinner, you take off some of that lipstick. Looks like you fell into a pot of paint. Now, Sergeant, you must have been disappointed not to find your sister.
Well, yes, she's...
Oh, she had a chance to spend the holidays in California.
Yes.
And it was quite sudden. she wasn't expecting Zach, was she?
Oh, no, she wasn't.
Zach, are you mad at me?
Huh?
Well, for asking all those questions.
Oh, no, I'm not mad. Are you mad, Mary?
No, I'm not mad.
Mr. and Mrs. Marshall?
No.
What's there to be mad about?
I don't think anybody's mad.
Well, then, for heaven's sake, pitch in, everybody. Pitch in.
After this brief intermission, we'll bring you Act 2 of I'll Be Seeing You, starring Pat Cashman and Tracy Conway. You know, every screen picture starts as an idea in the mind of a writer. Tonight, Betty Bryant, wife of Leslie Charteris, one of Hollywood's most famous writers of mystery stories, is here as our guest. Miss Charteris wrote the famous Mr. Charteris, wrote the famous Saint series, and Universal's current thriller, Lady on a Train. So tell me, Betty, I hear Leslie writes very rapidly. I'd like to know a secret.
Well, for one thing, he never changes a word.
Sounds like genius to me.
Well, he actually doesn't really like writing. He'd rather cook.
He would rather cook. He does that, too.
Yes, and I don't mean just steaks and chops. So some of his more sensational recipes take a day or two.
Well, about the most I can handle, scrambled eggs. You know, if I didn't know Leslie had written so many exciting stories, I'd say that he missed his vocation. So which of his mysteries is your favorite?
Well, my favorite story is Saint Overboard. But my real favorite, something the public never read. A letter Leslie wrote, asking me to marry him.
He wrote? He didn't ask in person?
Well, you see, I was singing in New York, and he was here in Hollywood.
And now you're both here, so tell me, what does Leslie do besides work?
Well, we both love to take our trailer for quick vacations.
And that's got to mean a lot of extra work for you.
Well, I like it. We take a minimum of baggage and lots of trusty Lux Flakes. Lux is a wonderful fresher-upper after a dusty ride, you know, for things like underthings and blouses.
Yes, underthings. And you know, thousands of women all over the country, they agree with Betty, Mrs. Charteris. They've discovered that Lux Care keeps pretty lacy little lady underpants, as well as other nice washables, lovely much longer. And in actual tests, slips and 90s washed with strong soap, hot water, and rough handling, well, they soon look faded. They look drab. But with Lux Care, the identical garment stays lovely 3 times as long.
Well, I don't doubt it, Mr. Maynard. If Santa brings me some pretty new lingerie for Christmas, you can be sure I shall continue to use Lux Care.
Well, Betty, I hope Santa is listening in, and I'm sure he tunes in to AM 1090. And Betty, many thanks for being with us.
Well, of course.
We continue with Act 2 of I'll Be Seeing You, starring Pat Cashman as Zach and Tracy Conway as Mary. It's about 3 hours since dinner time, and down on Main Street, Zach and Mary, they're just walking out of the lobby of the Pine Hills Movie Theater. Zach's face is strained. His face is drawn as he takes Mary's arm and heads aimlessly down the street.
What's the matter, Zach? Are you chilly?
Oh, no, not chilly.
Well, I don't know where you're walking. We go the other way.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Zach, what's the matter?
I just, nothing's the matter.
It was the picture, wasn't it? About the war. Oh, Zach, why didn't you just say something?
It wasn't such a bad picture.
Is war really like that?
I guess so.
You guess so?
Well, they have experts making those pictures. I guess that's the way they see the war. A beach a mile long and thousands of soldiers and tanks and machine guns. I guess that's the way it is.
Wasn't that way to you, though.
Well, it was just a difference in size. You know, to a guy that's in it, the war is about 10 feet wide and kind of empty. It's you and a couple of fellas from your company, maybe, and the Japs. It's all kind of mixed up. Sometimes it's all full of noise, and sometimes it's quiet. It depends on what you're thinking about, I guess. How scared you are, how old you are, how cold you are, how wet you are. Mary, you know what?
What?
I mean, well, usually I don't like to talk about the fighting. I never said anything about it ever before, not to anybody.
Oh, I'm sorry. I should have known.
No. I feel kind of good. Let's have a drink or something.
Well, all right. Oh, there's a place across the street.
Yeah. Well, let's see what it's like.
Okay.
Let's go across the street.
All right. Is this booth all right, Zach?
Oh, yeah, it's fine. Sure, all you want's coffee.
Oh, positive.
Oh, come on, it's Christmas. Sky's the limit. Have a piece of pie with it.
No, not after Aunt Sarah's dinner. Mm-mm.
You know, they're really nice people, Mary.
Oh.
You're nice people, too.
Here you are. 2 cups of coffee.
Oh, thank you.
Say, I'm an old Army man myself.
Cream, Mary?
Oh, no, thanks.
I was in France in World War #1, and you know what? They're kidding themselves. This is exactly the same war.
You sure you don't want some cream, Mary?
Oh, thanks.
The Navy, Marines, Air Force, okay, great. But this is going to be just like the last one. A soldier, like you and me, walking out on his own 2 feet, slugging it out with his rifle and with his bayonet.
Sugar?
Huh? Yeah, thanks, yeah.
You got enough in that bowl?
Yeah, I got plenty.
Like I was saying, when this thing starts, I try to sign up again. I tell them I want a chance to knock a couple of Japs' heads together. I'm strong, see? I can squash them like a couple of eggs. But they wouldn't have me. Wouldn't let me fight. Why, you ask? On account of this. Look at my eye, see?
Yeah.
Go on, look. I don't mind.
I see.
Zach, are you sure you're all right?
It's a kind of twist, see? I got a little shell shock. Well, it left me with this. Nobody ever notices it, but that's what makes them turn me down. So now
shut up! Shut up!
Whoa, what's the matter with him?
Oh, Zach, where are you going?
Hey, what's up, sister? Is he hitting a bottle?
Zach, please. If we walk fast, we'll get nice and warm.
I'm glad you like walking.
It's a fine night.
Oh, it's Christmas Eve.
Oh, that's right. It is.
Mary, I'm all right now. Thank you. Thank you for not asking any questions.
Well, sometimes I don't like questions either. Let's just walk, huh?
Let's just walk.
You know, I'd like to ask you in, Zach, but it's late.
Mary, I think you ought to know something. I wish I could tell you. I wish I could explain it. You probably think, well, I look fine, don't I? Healthy, don't I? Well, I am. I mean,
yes?
Look, you see this rock?
Uh-huh.
Okay, well, you watch. You watch me hit that lamppost down there.
You're terrible. I bet I could do better than that. Now, you watch me.
Sure. Thanks, Mary. Good night.
Zach? Zach.
Mary?
Oh, hello, Barbara. I thought you'd be asleep.
Oh, I've been writing letters. Look at them all. I'm the pinup girl for 5 fellas. I keep up their morale. Maybe.
Well, it must be nice to help somebody's morale.
Oh, you can write letters. You know, they just like to get mail from anybody. I mean, well, you don't have to know them awfully well to write to them.
You know, when I was 17, I had trouble finding the right words, too.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mary. I keep hurting you. I keep hurting you, and I don't want to.
I guess it's uncomfortable for you to meet somebody like me. Well, maybe when you get to know me, you'll feel differently.
Oh, I want to know you, Mary. Really, I do.
Barbara, how much do you know about me?
Not much. Mother and Dad still treat me like a child. Everything's a big secret.
Well, I don't think it would hurt you to know. As a matter of fact, it might help. Barbara, when I was 15, my mother died.
Oh, I remember her. She used to make clothes for all my dolls.
And not long after that, my father died. So I finished school, and then I went to work. And in a couple of years, I found myself working for a man, well, the kind of man that you dream about when you're 19.
Oh.
And you're lonely. Oh, he was single and good-looking, and, well, I started dreaming. Bosses do marry their secretaries. So one night, there was a party, and it was the first time he'd asked me anywhere. It was at his apartment, except when I got there, there wasn't any party, only him. And then, well, he wouldn't let me leave. He had been drinking, and oh, it was all mixed up like some really terrible nightmare. And, well, once I almost got away, but he fell off a chair, and then he caught me, and he pulled me back, and then I pushed him. I pushed him with all of my might, and he fell back, and the window was there. It was this low window, and he crashed through it, and he was screaming, and he was clawing, and oh, it was awful. His apartment was on the 14th floor.
Oh, Mary, how awful. Oh, but it's wrong. They shouldn't have sent you to prison.
If I'd been lucky enough to get away from him before he fell, there wouldn't have been any crime. A man was dead. The jury said manslaughter, and that meant 5 years.
Oh, please forgive me, Mary.
Oh, it's all right, darling. No, it's all right. Hello?
Is that you, Mary?
Yes.
This is Zach. Good morning. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Mary, I'd like to see you if it's possible now. It's sort of important.
Oh, certainly, Zach. Do you want to come here? The family's just going to church.
Well, Mary, I want to talk to you about the other night, last night actually, and it may also take a little time.
Well, I have time. Plenty of time.
There's a bus that leaves from the railroad station. It goes up to a lake. They say it's pretty out there, and we could be by ourselves.
Oh, that'll be fine, Zach. I'll meet you at the station in 20 minutes, all right?
Oh, that's fine, Mary. Thank you. It's fine.
So just before they left for the church, they insisted that you come for Christmas dinner and no arguments.
Now, come on, look. They don't know me from Adam. It's Christmas.
Yes, it is Christmas, and I'd say that was the best reason of all why you should come.
Well, well, sure. I'd be glad to.
Oh, that's better. Oh, look, there's the lake, Zach.
It's not a very big lake, is it? we could sit here on this rock if it isn't too cold.
Well, let's try it out.
This reminds me of the lake I used to go to when I was a kid back in Maryland. I had a job every spring there, preparing the boats.
Oh?
Mary, I want to tell you why I got mad at that man in the coffee shop last night and why I walked away like that after I threw the rock at the lamppost and I missed it.
No, you don't have to tell me.
Look, I was brought up in a home, an orphan's home.
Well, that's nothing to be ashamed of.
Well, I'm not ashamed of it. It's not like being in prison or anything like that.
No.
Yeah.
No.
So, well, anyway, in the home, there was a janitor, and he was a shell shock case, too. Whenever we could get our hands on some firecrackers, we'd hang them off and laugh at him, the way he'd jump. And, well, that fella in the coffee shop reminded me of him, and they both make me think about what I'm going to be in a few years. Only the only difference is that now they have a fancy word for it, neuropsychiatric.
Well, the doctors must know a lot more about it.
Well, maybe they do, but they don't know something about me that I know. You see, before I went in for engineering, I was an athlete. I was a pretty good one, too. I know what my timing used to be. The doctors don't. And my timing is gone, Mary. Why, before this happened to me, I could have hit that lamppost all day long. Why, I don't know why I'm bothering to tell you all of this. Yes, I do. I'm bothering you because I feel so much better when I talk to you.
Oh.
I like to be with you.
Well, I like to be with you.
Mary, I want to talk about you. Tell me.
Oh, what?
Well, for instance, how did you become a traveling sales lady?
Well, I started out wanting to be a model, and after that I got with this dress company, and now I travel for them.
Where after your vacation, where do you go?
Oh, back to Dallas, and then to New Orleans, and Florida.
Mary, can you make me believe in myself the way you believe in yourself?
What makes you think I do?
Oh, I can tell. I can tell. The way you walk, the way you talk, the way you hold your head.
Oh, well, maybe that's just pretend to impress you.
No, I don't think so.
Yes, hey, look, there's a boat down there.
Yeah.
Not a real boat. Oh, it's just a toy boat. At the edge of the water. Do you see it?
Oh.
Yeah, it's right there in the mud.
Yeah. Some little kid once owned that boat.
Probably thought it could take him all the way around the world and back.
I wish it could. Where would you like to go? Not Florida or New Orleans. Someplace like the moon, maybe.
You know, with a good breeze, maybe we could make it.
Mary, if it were a real boat and the moon a real place, would you go?
You don't know how I've been dreaming of this, Zach. Yes, I'd go. I'd go.
Well, here we are again. I'm getting to know your uncle's gait very well. This is where we were standing last night.
What are you doing?
I'm getting another stone. See how my timing is in the daylight. Here we go. Hey, what's the idea that you knocked it out of my hand?
I'm not going to have you run out on me again. Now, you come on into the house.
Here they come, everybody.
We're in time for dessert.
You know, I never could figure it out. If the plum pudding is on fire, then why doesn't it ever get burned?
Well, it must be the alcohol on the brandy.
I guess that's it, yeah.
Personally, I think it's a terrible waste of good cognac.
Oh, no, Henry, don't worry. There's lots left.
Oh, I wouldn't trust Mama today.
No, I'm not going to listen to that again.
You may not believe this about your dear Aunt Sarah, Mary, but last year she got as high as a kite.
Henry!
They're trying to drag out a family skeleton here, Mrs. Marshall. I wouldn't let them do it.
True as I sit here, had a glass of sherry to bring in the new year, and by George, you should have seen her. She did about everything but. Hey.
Oh, Henry. Well, if you're in such good voice, how about a Christmas carol?
Something tells me Aunt Sarah is trying to change the subject.
Oh, nothing of the sort. Now, Christmas carols go with plum pudding, and that's what we're eating, plum pudding.
All right, darling. What'll it be?
Well, I think I'd like to hear Little Town of Bethlehem.
Fine. Oh, little town of Bethlehem it is. Me, me, me. Oh, little town of Bethlehem, how still we see thee lie above thy deep and dreamless sleep. The silent stars go by, yet in thy dark street shineth the everlasting light. The hopes and fears of all the years are met in thee tonight. Oh. Well, Zach, it's pretty good having another man around here.
I can't tell you how I feel. This is the best Christmas I have ever had. To think that you wanted me here, that you all had presents for me. Yesterday I was a stranger here, and today, I used to feel, I should say, like a prisoner inside myself.
Oh.
Now, just to be in a home like this now, maybe someplace I can come back to next month or next year.
Oh, excuse me, please.
Did I say something?
Oh, no, Zach. It's just that Mary's very sentimental.
Yeah, especially at Christmas.
Well, I better, Mary?
It's all right. Oh, I'm so silly.
Was it something I did, Mary? Anything to do with what I talked about at the lake?
Oh, no, it's just a combination of things. It's the plum pudding and the singing and the very nice things you said.
Maybe I better get out of here.
No, it isn't polite to eat and run.
I don't mean just this house. I mean Pine Hill. I ought to just leave you alone.
Oh, come on now. You're just fishing. You just want me to ask you to stay.
Well, ask me.
Please stay, Zach.
Mary, I would stay forever if I could.
Forever?
Well, Mary, dear, it's time to turn in. I guess it's been a big day.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and then I had to spoil it with that scene at dinner.
Oh, now, honey, we'll have no more of that. Barbara.
Coming.
Might have happened to any girl. Could have been just Christmas sentiment. Well, good night, Mary.
Good night, Uncle Henry. Aunt Sarah.
Yes, my dear.
I've been wondering. Maybe I should tell Zach about where I really have to go back to next week.
Not for the world.
Why? Zach trusts me, and it just doesn't seem fair.
But he's only been here for a few days. Why, he just mentioned that just now, just before he left. He's lonely, and you're making things pleasant for him.
Well, that's not the reason I'm seeing him. I like him, Aunt Sarah. I like him a lot.
Well, I assume that, or else you wouldn't have asked him to the New Year's dance. But it isn't as if you were going to marry him.
No. It's not as if I was going to marry him.
Oh, Mary, I didn't mean it like that.
I know.
Have fun, Mary. See Zach every day if you like. Just act like any other girl.
I try, Aunt Sarah, but I just can't seem to make myself feel like any other girl. I just feel like me.
And that's pretty darn good if you ask me.
Hey, you two. Well, what are you talking about?
But remember, Mary, I don't think so. Good night, dear.
Good night.
Good night.
She doesn't think so what?
She doesn't think there really is a Santa Claus.
Huh? Oh.
Seattle Radio Theater now pauses for station identification. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System, and AM 1090 Seattle. Our stars Pat Cashman and Tracy Conway will return with Act 3 of I'll Be Seeing You after a brief intermission. Let's pretend now we can see into the future. It's Christmas morning at the Browns, and Betty and Jane are opening their presents. Jane reaches for a package from Aunt Sue.
Oh, let's open Aunt Sue's together, Betty.
They're probably both alike.
I wonder what she sent this time.
Oh, look, stockings. Not nylon.
No, but they're lovely and sheer.
Well, I can use anything I can get my foot in. I'm down to my last pair of stockings.
Oh, look, 3 pairs.
Swell.
Oh, that'll set me through a couple of weeks.
A couple of weeks? Well, these will last me for months.
So, about a month later, the girls were dressing one morning when...
Oh, doggone it. There goes a run. Well, there's the last of my Christmas stockings. Guess little Janie will have to go shopping for herself. Oh, look, Betty. You couldn't lend me a pair for today, could you?
I guess so. Look in the top drawer.
Say, aren't these your Christmas ones?
Uh-huh.
Well, haven't you worn them much?
Well, of course, but I lux them. Now, what do you do with yours?
Oh, I'm not fussy like you. I used anything that happens to be handy.
Well, I have 3 pairs and no runs.
Okay, I guess it serves me right. Do I get to borrow these then?
Oh, sure. Look, I'll even let you keep this pair, but there is a string to it. Use Lux. If you don't get twice the wear you did from your others, you'll have to buy me a new pair.
Well, it's a deal. I'll certainly play safe and Lux them.
Well, it's a safe bet that if Jane does Lux her stockings after wearing, she'll cut down on the runs. Because strain tests have proved that with Lux, stockings retain their stretchy elasticity much longer. They don't go into runs nearly so quickly as stockings washed with strong soap or rubbed with cake soap. For extra wear, give stockings gentle Lux care. We now bring you the third act of All These Sing You, starring Pat Cashman as Zach and Tracy Conway as Mary. 7 days have passed since Zach Morgan and Mary Marshall stepped off a train together at Pine Hill. Christmas has come and gone, and now Pine Hill, like all the troubled world, waits with eager hope coming of the new year. All the town is gathered tonight for the annual dance at the YMCA.
Oh, my goodness, Zach, there isn't a woman here with a prettier corsage.
You've thanked the man a dozen times. Let him alone.
Aunt Sarah's right, Uncle Henry. You're just afraid Zach's spoiling us.
Well, maybe I am.
The flowers make me feel like a party. Oh, there's Amy Anderson. Wait till she sees my lovely camellia.
Well, that's my cue, Zach. I guess she wants me to leave you and Mary alone.
Alone in this crowd? How about a dance, Mary?
I'd love to, Zach.
You know, Mary, 2 weeks ago, if somebody had told me I'd be dancing with a girl like you, you know what I would have said?
What would you have said?
I would have said I wouldn't be dancing with a girl like you. You know, I used to be pretty good at this sort of stuff. 1 step, 2 step.
You're still pretty good. Oh, what happened to the music?
Somebody must have tipped them off. Confidentially, it's just 10 seconds to 1945.
New Year's!
Mm-hmm.
May I be the first to wish you a Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Mary. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Zach.
Give me a kiss.
I'm glad you wanted to walk home, Mary. It sure is a swell night.
So beautiful. I could... Oh, well, what in the world is that coming down the street?
Oh, it's just some kids with firecrackers.
Ooh, what a racket. Oh, they're shooting something.
It's just firecrackers.
Zach?
Oh, it's all right, Mary. I'm all right. I feel fine.
Oh, look, they're throwing them. Oh, they're throwing them over the fence there at that dog.
That really is a dog, too, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind saying I'm glad that dog's chained up.
Why, don't you believe in that saying about barking dogs?
Well, I don't know.
Oh, look at him. Oh, he's pulling at his chain.
Why, Mary, you're scared.
Well, he's a big dog. Look, I think we better cross the street.
Oh, now, come on, Mary. The thing about a dog is you must never let him know you're afraid of him. You have to treat him like an old friend. Now, you watch me.
Mm-hmm.
Here, boy. Come here. Come here, buddy. Come here. Come here, boy. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. I'd hate to run into him in a dark street.
Well, what do you think this is?
Oh. Mary, look out. Mary, look out. He's loose. He's jumping the fence, Mary. Stay away, Mary. Stay away.
Come on, get the dog! Get the dog! Get over here! Hang on, mister, hang on! I'm getting him! Hang on! Oh, he got away, ran so fast, mister. Are you hurt? Are you hurt, mister?
Yeah, maybe a little, but I'm all right.
Well, it's a good thing. Good thing you kept your whips around there with you, wrapping your arm in that coat. That's the smartest thing you could have done, mister.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry. I hope you're okay. You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
All right,
okay.
come on, Zeus. Let's go. Come on.
Come along, Mary.
Can't believe you. What's the matter with you?
You okay?
I can't stop shaking.
Yeah, you'll be all right in a minute.
I'll be all right. I thought he'd tear you to pieces.
I just got a few scratches from his claws. He didn't bite me.
Hey, you know something?
What?
Don't you realize what you've done?
What?
I bet you couldn't have done that a week ago.
Done what?
Oh, not just now with the dog. I mean all evening. I've watched you all the time. You've never hesitated for words. Your eyes haven't blinked, and just now, I have never seen anyone whose reactions were so fast.
I didn't even think about what I was doing.
No, that's just it. Your timing. It was perfect.
I hope you are right about that. I believe you are. Mary, yesterday you told me that in a week's time you can do a lot of believing.
Well, you see, I'm the fella on the radio that says life can be beautiful.
You're beautiful.
Now, you're just saying that because you know I've got lots of money.
You're wonderful.
Because you know I have very influential friends.
You're wonderful.
Because of my social position.
Wonderful.
Zach.
Yes, Mary, I know now I'm going to get well. And I got plans. Oh, I got a lot of plans. And you figure in all my plans, Mary. You've got to figure in them, because without you, I'm back where I started. I'm sunk.
Oh, Zach, let's not talk about it now. I'm kind of sleepy.
All right. I'm leaving early tomorrow, Mary, and before I go, I got a lot of things to tell you.
Yes. Good night, Zach.
Good night, Mary. I love you very much. I want to kiss you.
Zach. Oh, Zach.
Mary? Is that you, dear? Mary, are you all right?
Oh, Aunt Sarah. I love him so.
What are you going to do, Mary?
I don't know. He's going to ask me to marry him.
Have you told him about yourself?
No.
Are you going back with him on the train tomorrow?
Oh, how can I? I'm afraid to be alone with him now. Oh, Aunt Sarah, I mustn't tell him. And I lied to him at the dance. I told him I was going to stay here for a couple of extra days.
Well, don't you think he's strong enough yet to know about you?
I can't take that chance. He's getting well. I want him to go back to that hospital sure of himself. Of himself and of me.
Oh, remember, dear, what you have to do may seem to be second best, but it may work out to be first best after all.
Oh, Aunt Sarah, I hope so.
Well, evening, Sergeant. Should I say good morning? Happy New Year.
Yeah, thanks to you, too.
Have a good time at the dance tonight?
Oh, yeah, it was wonderful.
Oh, good. So you're checking out tomorrow, you said?
That's right, and I want to thank you. I've enjoyed my stay here very much.
That's fine, son, fine. Well, I'll see you later.
Good evening, room. Happy New Year, room. Happy New Year, Zach. May I have this dance with you, Sergeant? Oh, and may I be the first to... the room, it's spinning. Hold on, Zach, hold on. It's spinning like a top. Don't let it suck you in. Hold on, Zach. You're just a little tired, that's all.
Try to avoid excitement. Don't tire yourself. Avoid excitement. Don't tire yourself.
A lot of excitement. That fight with the dog took a lot out of you. That's why you're sweating. Yeah, that's why. Doesn't mean anything. Sit down, Zach. Sit down, Zach. Easy. Come on. Take it easy. You're hot, Zach. It's starting again. It's bound to go away. Faster. Faster, my heart. Don't get scared now. Don't get scared.
Zach, call a doctor. Then get in touch with us. Any Army hospital. Just call a doctor.
Just one of those things, Zach. They told you this might happen. Hang on. It's sure banging away, though. But, Zach, your heart doesn't really sound that loud. You're just thinking it does. That's all. The doc told you that there's nothing wrong with your heart. Beating fast like that doesn't mean a thing. Stop kidding yourself. This is it. You're in for it now. You thought for a minute it wasn't, but it is. Oh, yeah, it is. You know the next step. You know what's coming now. You better call for a doctor. Let him get that hypo ready, because it's coming, Zach. It's coming.
Zach, you've got a week to believe. A week. You must believe. You must believe. You must believe. Must believe. You must believe. You must believe.
It's gone away. It's gone. It's gone. Oh, I made it. I made it.
Sarah? I'm downstairs. Breakfast ready?
Just a minute there. Barbara down too?
She's getting dressed. Where's Mary?
She's in the kitchen with me. 1 egg or 2, dear?
3. I'm hungry.
They're coming, dear. They'll be ready in a minute. Your eggs, okay?
Good morning, Mr. Marshall.
Oh, hello, Zach. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, too, sir.
Come on in.
Did you have a good time last night?
Best party I've been to since last New Year's. Had your breakfast yet?
Yep. Thank you, though.
Well, here's a newspaper. Make yourself at home. I'll be with you in a minute.
Thank you.
I'll drive you down to the station.
Oh, who was that, dear?
Zach. Morning, Mary.
Good morning, Uncle Henry.
He's in the living room.
Zach?
Morning.
Hello. I was just fixing some sandwiches for the train.
Oh, that'd be wonderful. Thanks.
Mary, don't you think you better get ready? I'll finish that.
Oh, yes, I'd better. I'll be down in a minute.
Go sit down, Henry. Your eggs are ready.
Yes, ma'am.
No, it won't be long, Zach. I hope you don't mind.
Oh, take your time. Besides, here comes Barbara.
Hello, Zach, and Happy New Year.
Hello, Barbara. My, you look nice.
Thank you. Is that your bag out there?
Uh-huh.
Oh, well, you sure look a lot better than you did a week ago.
Well, I feel a lot better, too.
You think the Marshall food did it?
I think it was mostly your cousin, Mary.
Oh, she's awfully nice.
Yeah, I noticed that, too. You know what? I think I'll marry her.
Are you kidding?
Not as far as I'm concerned.
Well, won't you mind waiting?
Well, that's up to Mary. Things have worked out so well that, well, I may not have to wait as long as I thought.
Oh, yes, and the fact that they let her out of prison for Christmas is a pretty good sign.
What are you talking about?
Well, you know, it wasn't until the other night when she told me how it all happened that I realized it wasn't her fault at all. She's not a criminal.
Criminal?
No, I mean like a real criminal. Oh, it's too bad you two can't go back on the train together, but then Mary isn't due in Easton till 9 o'clock, and she wants to spend as much time with us as she can. After all, being in that awful place for 3 whole years.
Come on, Zach, we're going to be late. Mary?
Well, goodbye, Zach. Zach, is there something wrong?
Wrong?
Well, have a nice trip and come back real soon.
Oh, Zach, I hate to say goodbye.
Thank you again, Mrs. Marshall.
Oh, good luck. And here's your sandwiches.
Thank you.
Mary, hurry, dear.
I'm coming.
You sure have been quiet, Zach. 3's a crowd, huh?
No, I didn't mean...
Now, Zach, is there any special address, or do I just write to you in care of the hospital in Easton?
Yeah, care of the hospital.
Zach?
It'll get there all right.
And you can write me in care of Uncle Henry.
Sure, we'll forward it to wherever she is.
Okay.
Because I won't know what hotels I'll be stopping at.
Sure. Well, goodbye.
Goodbye, Zach. Will you write me?
Sure. All right. And thanks again, Miss Marshall.
Hey, it was nothing, boy.
Zach, what's the matter? What's wrong?
Well, Mary, not a thing. Not a thing in the world.
Goodbye, Zach. Goodbye.
Good luck, Zach.
Look, he isn't even waving at us, Uncle Henry.
What's the matter, I wonder? He acted kind of strange ever since we left the house, huh?
I think I know. Zach.
He's gone, Mary.
Oh, he knows. He knows about me. He knows.
Better turn on the coffee, Barbara. Dad'll want another cup when they get back.
Mother, if you'd been in Mary's place, wouldn't you have gone along with Zach?
Don't ask so many questions.
Well, as long as Zach's willing to wait for Mary until she's out of prison, I don't see why she wouldn't just go with...
Barbara, you didn't tell him.
Oh, wasn't Zach supposed to know?
Oh, Barbara.
Oh, why didn't anybody tell me? Why didn't you warn me?
I should have.
Oh, Mary's always treated me like a grown-up. I didn't want to hurt her. Oh, no, I've done something terrible again.
There's a coming in. Be quiet.
Oh, no, I've got to tell her. I've got to. Mary. Oh, Mary, I'm so ashamed of myself. Oh, please forgive me. Oh, Mary, I love you. I didn't know. I told him, Mary. I'm so sorry.
Don't cry, Barbara.
I told him.
Please, don't cry. He had to know sometime. At least he didn't know until the last moment, and, well, that's something. Oh, please, darling, don't. I'm going to go pack now. Come on, honey, come help me pack, Barbara. There's a train in an hour, and I think I'd like to leave as soon as I can. I'm reporting back.
Oh, you. Marshall, isn't it?
That's right.
Have a good time?
Aren't you going to open the gate?
You've got a little time yet, sister.
What are you talking about?
Down at the corner. Guy's been waiting for you.
Down at the... Zach.
When you're ready, you just sound the bell.
Mary, I didn't want to make you cry.
There's nothing wrong with crying at a time like this.
The minute I got on that train, I knew why you didn't tell me.
Oh, nothing matters except that you're here.
Terribly ashamed for walking out like that. Because you see, I need you, Mary. I want to feel that you need me.
Oh, I do.
I'm going to be right here. I'm going to be right here waiting. And I'll be all well by then and ready to make a new start with you, Mary.
Oh, Zach, I love you so much.
We're going to get by, darling. Yep. You know what? We're going to be just fine. Just fine.
Our stars will return in a moment for a curtain call. On Tuesday, for the first time in 2, 3, even 4 years, millions of men throughout the country will be having Christmas dinner with their families. The war is over for them, but their wives, they still have a job to do for this country.
What kind of a job, Mr. Maynard?
Well, it's a job that will help all of us during reconversion, saving used fats.
But fats aren't rationed anymore.
That's just the point. Although food fats aren't rationed, there's actually less fat than ever for industry.
But can't we import more?
Not yet. The islands in the Pacific, they used to send us millions of pounds of oils a year. They're not producing. So, for example, the people who make soap have to share the available oils with other industries. And that's why you can't always get all the soap that you want.
Will saving used fats help?
Yes, These fats are released for all sorts of heavy industry, and that means more of the fine oils can go into soap.
Well, it looks as if I'd better start saving right away, Mr. Maynard.
Yes, good for you. This week, you'll have an extra supply of used fats. Start by pouring the grease from bacon into a tin can. Then, add the drippings from your Christmas turkey, Christmas goose, and don't forget to skim the giblet gravy after the dinner. That fat kind of floats on the top.
Oh, well,
and congeals.
Yes. Now, do I get anything for these fats?
Yes, you do. Your dealer will give you 4 cents for every pound you turn in.
Oh.
But more than that, if you and every housewife in the country saved used fats, as you did in wartime, soap supplies will become more plentiful. You won't have to wait for your favorite brand.
Yes.
Tonight, we received an early Christmas present in the form of superb performances by Pat Cashman, Tracy Conway, Jim Dever, Lee Callahan, Steve Wilson, Chris Topping, and Dolores Rogers, with sound effects by Curtis Takahashi and music by Rob Jones. Tonight's program produced and directed by Felix Spinell. And on behalf of our sponsors and those of us here at Seattle Radio Theater Town Hall and AM 1090, may I wish you truly a happy Christmas. Invite you to join us again in the new year. And now we close tonight's Seattle Radio Theater broadcast with a special vocal performance. Rob Jones plays, Jacqueline Alves sings.
I'll be seeing you in all the old familiar places that this heart of mine embraces all day through. In the small cafe, the park across the way, the children's carousel, the chestnut tree, the wishing well. I'll be seeing you in every lovely summer's day, in everything that's bright and gay. I'll always think of you that way. I'll see you in the morning sun, and when the night is new, I'll be looking at the moon, but I'll be seeing you.
This is John Maynard.
Thank you for joining us for this special live holiday performance of I'll Be Seeing You from the Seattle Radio Theater Group and AM 1090. If you'd like to hear the broadcast again, join us for the replay at 8 p.m. on Christmas Eve. We now rejoin regular programming already in progress on Progressive Talk AM 1090.
KFNQ Seattle and 96.5 FM KJAQ HD3 Seattle. This is Seattle's Progressive Talk AM 1090.